Now, most of you guys know that I've never done a lot of upgrades on my trucks in the past. And this truck is probably truly the most modified anything I've ever had. I've had some cars I've modified quite a bit, but this one, I think I'm pretty much far exceeded that, especially now. In the past, I had a Ram. It was a 2019, and people asked me about tires and which one I would run. So I decided to run a Nitto bridge grappler because Nitto has always made good tires, and I've had really good luck with them. People ask me about leveling kits, so I decided, you know what, never done one, let's try it. So I got a El Cheapo leveling kit on my Ram that I did, and it was actually really good. Then people asked me about dually trucks, and I decided, man, like I never owned a dually truck, so I can't really give it a true opinion on one, so I bought one. And then I decided to run 37s on it, which was amazing. I do still miss that truck. I know some of you guys ask me, am I ever gonna get another dually? Maybe. If I ever decide to get a big trailer in the future, then I will definitely probably get a dually. But people asked me a lot about Banks products in the past, and at the time I didn't have the funds to buy upgrades for these trucks because I was really concerned about warranty. But then I learned that manufacturers cannot void your warranty for doing intakes, boost tubes, turbo inlet, all that stuff. They have to have a reason why they deny a claim, and no, you cannot get your warranty voided by doing upgrades to your truck. They can link an issue to the upgrade if it's obviously truthful, but the reality is no, they can't void your warranty. So in this video, you guys are going to see what I've built here. Now, it's not done, but it's pretty much done in terms of like the overall exterior styling. What's next is lifting the truck, and I think that when you guys see this, you're going to be totally like shocked, because I am. I think that, you know, this truck came out so perfect, and I am so happy that I went with 38s. Let's take a quick peek at it. I was going to give you guys some nice footage with some music behind it, but I don't feel like doing that. I just want to show you the truck because most of you truck guys don't care about that anyways. Now, when I do the lift on this truck, hopefully my boy Nick Vasquez and I can get our trucks together and we can get some rolling footage, and oh my goodness, it would be awesome. But yes, 38 by 13 and a half. So you guys saw the tire that I did in the last video, and here they are in the flesh. They're on the truck, and I got those foundation wheels. So I have my truck completely blacked out. All I have to do is just that Duramax badge right there, and then we're 100% done for the exterior. Now I'm going to be doing a few more things probably in the future, but what do you guys think? I think this truck came out perfect. I know some of you guys didn't like the foundation wheels because I did a poll, and these wheels came in last place, and I was shocked by that. But you know, honestly, I'm actually a little happy because maybe a lot of people won't copy my truck. Well, after they see this video, they probably will, because these wheels just make the truck. Oh my goodness. And here's what I'll tell you. When you think about the wheels, the biggest takeaway is it gives it the factory look, because they're not poking out, right? They're like flush with the fender flares. Now remember, AT4X does have a little bit wider fender flare, so it even makes it better compared to like the regular AT4 and Denali and Ultimate trucks. So plus 19 offset for the wheels, 5.75 inch back spacing, 18 inch wheel, and 38 by 13 and a half inch Nitto ridge grappler tires. Now unfortunately, there's not a lot of tire size, or no, I'm sorry, there's not a lot of tire brands in this size, and I didn't want mud terrain tires because yeah. And I've had ridge grapplers in the past. This is like my third set of Nitto ridge grapplers, I believe, and I'm really happy with what I came up with, because the offset, the wheel design, it just works on the AT4X. I wanted a rugged wheel design, and this gave that to me, but I wanted something that was easy to clean as well, and these wheels give that to me too. So let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. With the new bumper I put on this truck, it just really completes the overall styling. And I know some of you guys were like, are you going to wrap the rear bumper to match the front one, or are you going to get the AV bumper to match the front bumper? And I didn't want the AV rear bumper because I like my steps, because I use those all the time when I'm using my bed. But yeah, you guys do know I have this satin here on the GMC badge with this gloss, right? My wheels have a satin with the gloss, with the ring, right? Also, a little bit of gloss here on the mirror caps and a little satin on those running boards. Also, my bumper out back is like a gloss, front has a satin. So the truck actually really flows really well overall. So I'm happy with just keeping my bumper in the gloss, because I was gonna get it wrapped. And then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. There's no need for me to. But what do you guys think in the comment section? Do you like these wheels? I love them. See, the only reason why I chose these is because I went 38s. I feel like if you go anything less than 37s, these wheels don't look as good to me. I like them with big, fat, meaty tires. And yeah, I'm really happy. I'm so glad I went with the foundation wheels. Wait till you guys get a feel for the ride. I'm gonna let my wife do that video, because she's the one who's gonna give you the, you know, opinion on softness, quietness, all that stuff, because that stuff doesn't matter to you as much. But yes, Nitto Rich Grappler for the win. They really, really do make this truck. And you guys saw I did go with this sidewall design. They have two sidewall designs. So when you're getting these tires, make sure they know to, you pick the one you want obviously, but just make sure they match it, because some places forget that the sidewalls are actually different on both sides. So you have to make sure they match it to the right one. So this is the one I picked, and this is the one I picked for every tire I've ever had from Nitto, basically. The Rich Grapplers. I like this one better than the other one personally. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys one thing really quickly, and then we're gonna head home. And in the next video, I'm gonna let my wife give her impression, because she hasn't seen the truck yet. And I'm actually interested what she's gonna say, because I told her I was getting bigger tires in the dually, and she's like, oh my gosh, why? And I was like, because I have to. I mean, why not? So yeah, she's gonna give her impressions, and yeah, I'm so happy, guys. It really did turn out. Wait till it's lifted. When it's lifted, it's gonna be so much better. And in the next video I do, I'll have my wife, I'll be able to show you guys fitment too up front, because it does rub up front with the 38. So you're gonna have to lift this truck, especially if you get a plus 19 offset. I think maybe the 18s possibly might make it better, but I'm not really sure. But let me go ahead and pull out the spare tire, and let's talk about that next. So here is the factory Goodyear Wrangler Territory MTs. And I will admit, actually now that I see it again, they don't look bad. But I think this wheel design just looks so much better on big 37, 38 tall tires for sure. But I wanted to show you guys something really quickly. These are 13.5s, right? Why does that 305 70 18 look about the same width? I don't know why, but I think that these tires are wider than what GM's or than what Goodyear says they are. I know 305 70 is a 34.8 inch tall tire, and as far as height goes, I mean, that's easily seen here, right? You can clearly see that 38 is definitely a lot taller than this 34.8 inch tall tire. But the width of this tire is really, really good. Like, you really can't tell a difference between these 13.5 versus 12. Like, they look about the same. So I almost wonder, how are they measuring that 13.5? Because this one looks a little bit wider, or I would say about the same width. And that's what I like about these Goodyear Wrangler tires, is they really look good on the X trucks, and of course it's the R2 trucks. But they are loud, and they don't wear well personally. And I would say that they're a little bit stiffer sidewall, and that alone makes them just a little bit more, I guess, harsher on these trucks too. So you do have a 55 PSI rating on the door. The tires can be ran at 65. So I didn't change anything with my 38 by 13.5. So those are max 65. So I can run these at 55, but I'm probably going to air these down to 30. I'm not 30, I'm sorry, to about 45 and see how they ride. Because at 55, they ride great. They ride absolutely great right now. But I want to see how they feel with that 45 too. And yeah, I'll let you guys know. We'll do some videos, and if you have any questions, be sure to ask them in this video. I'll come back in a couple days, write them down, and then I'll do one video answering questions on pretty much my build here. But yeah, I'm going to be doing the McGaughy's lift. You guys know why. If you don't know why, you got to watch the video, because there's a reason why I'm so happy one of their competitors never got back to me. I reached out to one of their competitors. They never responded. I emailed them, called them, no response. And I'm so glad they didn't, because there was something I did not know about their lift kit that would have, it would have ticked me off, guys. It would have ticked me off. And so yeah, watch the video. McGaughy's is the way to go. I promise you, you will be completely satisfied with their lift over the competitors, just because of a few things. And remember, GM can't do everything for the X. The X is not it's kind of like a specialty truck, right? And because they did the suspension lift on this truck, they should have done the frame upgrades for this front leveling that they did, and they didn't. And that's why it's necessary to lift these trucks to get the perfect suspension geometry. They do have some failure points in the suspension when the truck is stock, and when you run a taller tire and when you do upgrades to your truck, heavier wheels, whatever, you're only going to accelerate those issues on the suspension components. That's why running a McGaughy's suspension kit makes a lot more sense. So if you're going to keep your truck long term, I mean, you guys see I've done a ton of upgrades to this truck, so I want to lift it now simply because I want to try to reduce the wear items that are going to happen a little bit sooner, simply because of the way they designed this front suspension. But that's a video for another day. I'm gonna have McGaughy's explain that for me on my channel, because they just do so much of a better job. And I'm talking about Nick Vasquez, because he's their marketing guy. And here's what I'll do. At the end of this video, I'll put one of his videos that he's done on the suspension so you guys can hear him, because I'm telling you guys, it's really interesting how these manufacturers are building and designing these trucks. It's all about the bottom line, and that's why upgrades do make more sense. And maybe that'll change in the future. Maybe they'll get back to the point where they're doing a better job engineering these trucks, but they don't do a great job right now. And I'm just being honest with you. Like, this truck does not ride that great for it having a multimatic suspension. I mean, the half tons and the mid-sized trucks ride great, but this one, it rides probably a little harsher compared to the others. And that's simply because of how they designed this suspension. So be sure to subscribe, make sure the notification on. Peace.